Hello, YouTube and the Lego community in general, specifically the Bricklink Studio population out there. The ones that use it quite frequently might get a kick out of what I'm posting here today. Um, I would just like to post the first little bit of my mock of the HAVw A6 Juggernaut. And we've gotten a couple of these sets in Lego before. Um, they've just not even come close to mini scale figure. It's just something that Lego will probably never do because the scale of the Juggernaut is just so large that there's no way that they would ever release a set that big. I mean, it's this build that I'm working on is probably going to end up being 15,000 pieces or maybe more. Right now, you can see my total parts equal roughly 6,000, but that's subtracting one of these wheelbases here. I have that modeled as a subunit, so it only counts that whole first axle as one piece. So it's really like roughly 1,500 pieces more than this, or maybe 2,000 pieces more than this. It's about 8,000 pieces. Um, but yeah, so I'll give you a quick little view of my build so far. Nothing, of course, is final, but I would just like to showcase some of what I've done. These wheels I've gotten to be very round, but I'm having trouble with getting the face of the wheels to actually look round. As you can see, I've used quite a few bricks on the face of the wheel, and while the wheel itself is extremely round, the face of the wheel I'm having some trouble with. So I might actually redesign that. But I've gotten quite a bit of work done on the hydraulics, these shocks up front and in the back. Uh, I originally had just cylinders just as placeholders, but I've been tooling with different colors and different shapes as well because the shocks on the Juggernaut actually have a little bit of irregularity to them. They're a little bit skinnier in these darker gray places, and then they're actually a little bit wider up here where these circular areas are. And so I'm trying to get a little bit more accuracy with that. So we've added a little bit more detailing. And then eventually all of these axles will be covered. And right now I'm kind of working on the walls of the Juggernaut leading up to the pilot area and the cargo bay and stuff. So I'm working on building up these walls just to a certain height to get it where it's at least above the wheels so that I can start on the cockpit and the interior and everything. It's gonna take many more weeks of work, but I've done probably 50 hours of work on Bricklink Studio so far, and perhaps even more than that. But as you can see, it's only about a third of the way done. A lot of it was just trying to get these wheels round, and I worked a lot on the face of the wheels too, but I still think that there's probably a better way. I've ordered one entire axle, so all of this axle I've actually ordered from Bricklink just to make sure that it is structurally sound, and then assuming that this one full axle is sound, then I'll actually probably order this front axle as well, and that way I can get a good feel of just how much weight that they can bear. There is a function on here where you can sort of test for the stability of the model, but I've heard mixed reviews on whether that is actually a good tool to use or not. But So I just decided I've got the money. I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of these axles and get it put together just to make sure that it is sound before I continue with the rest of my design here. So it definitely wasn't cheap. It was like 1,500 pieces or so just for one of these axles. So yeah, it's gonna be a long, arduous journey to get to the end of the Juggernaut build that I'm hoping to make. But I'm determined to get there. I've already spent enough time in it. I will probably spend another 100 hours or so designing it. Hopefully, get some tips from other Bricklink Studio creators. Um, I I'm not too good at building interiors of things, so I may need a little bit of help from the rest of the community. I've taken some pointers, not really pointers. I've taken inspiration from a guy on Instagram. His name is Just Bricking, and he has a beautiful mock of a Juggernaut. And it's not quite to minifig scale, but is actually much, much closer than any of the Lego sets have come. And so I've sort of used his model as an inspiration for this. He has some very round wheels that he uses, maybe not quite to scale, but he has a beautiful face on the wheels. So if you guys want to go give him a follow on Instagram, it's just underscore bricking. So it's just bricking, and the dude has some beautiful builds of the MTT. Um, he's got ATRTs that he's built. He has his own model of gunship. Uh, Brilliant page, and the dude is really nice. I've contacted him a couple times, just to let him know that I am actually sort of using his mock as inspiration. So, but it's not going to take after his too much, because we are actually going to get it to minifigure scale, or at least as close as I can actually do. Right now, I believe it's about 160 bricks long, or studs long. Sorry, not bricks. 160 studs long, roughly, and um, I think about 150 is more movie accurate. So we're getting pretty close, because the Juggernaut is about 50 meters, almost 50 meters exactly, and I think it's like 155 plus studs long, maybe 160. Um, so if you use a converter, you can go online and you can convert studs to, feet or meters or whatever in the real world, and it uses basically a 6 feet height of a minifigure, as a sort of default, and then it actually will calculate for you how big your build should be. Um, and so I use these converters online, and I found that the Juggernaut, at least the cannon length of the Juggernaut, is about 50 meters, and if you convert my build here to meters, it is roughly 54, 55 meters. So I'm getting pretty close. I wish it were a little bit closer, but that's about as close as I've seen anyone get to minifigure scale. I don't really know exactly what Just Bricking's scale was, but it looked closer to 40 meters or so. And I'm just ballparking that. I don't really know. But yeah, so um, yeah, wish me luck, guys. I'm gonna have a lot of money wrapped up into this, and if you guys would like to support me in some way, if you could just comment and um, either subscribe to my page, comment, like it, share it with whoever you would like, maybe Reddit or Facebook or something. I would just like to get a little bit of recognition to my page or something, just to sort of help me along the journey of making this come to fruition. I'm going to post a couple videos within the next coming weeks on the progress that I've made on the design, as well as the actual physical build of one of the axles. So I'm hoping to get that posted um, hopefully within about 2 weeks. So I will be updating on the progress of the build, and hopefully I will have some more funds come in and I can start building the rest of it. So please either like, subscribe, share, whatever you can do to get this sort of out there to the community. That would be great, greatly appreciated. And thank you guys. This was Dustin Hunter, and I'm signing off. Thank you.